Welcome to the Cooking Frenzy. Today we're making baby back ribs, but instead of using a grill or a smoker, we're going to braise them in the oven, a technique I learned from an old TV show called Good Eats with Alton Brown. Are you ready to meet our taste testers? Let's go. So today we have Krista.
Hi.
Tiffany.
Hello.
And Charya.
Hi there.
So stick around after the demonstration and see how they turn out. Start by making a fantastic dry rub. In a bowl, add 8 tablespoons of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons of kosher salt, and a tablespoon of chili powder. To that, add a half a teaspoon each of black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, cayenne pepper, thyme, and smoked paprika. Whisk to combine all the ingredients together, and when you're done, your rub should look like this. The seasonings that you just made is enough to coat 2 racks of baby back ribs. Go ahead and sprinkle the seasonings on both sides, but the side where the bones are exposed, you don't have to sprinkle as much. The side where the meat is exposed, you definitely want to have more seasoning on that side. When you do, go ahead and rub it in, really pat it in there to make sure that it's coated. Now, don't forget, you got to do both sides. Sprinkle on and go ahead and rub it in. When you're done, your ribs should look like this. Transfer the ribs to aluminum foil. I used heavy duty foil, and you want to gently wrap the ribs like so. You want to gently do it because you do not want any tears in the foil. You'll have open ends on both sides, so go ahead and roll them up to make a pretty good seal. Again, do this very gently as you can. Place the ribs in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour. I did overnight. When you're ready to cook the ribs, you need to make a braising liquid. In a microwave-safe container, add a cup of white wine, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, about 4 smashed garlic cloves, and about a tablespoon of honey. Alton Brown says it's about 3 squirts. Microwave it on high for only a minute. And now for the tricky part. Take the ribs out of the refrigerator and gently open one side of the foil. You want to pour about half the braising liquid into each of the ribs. You want to do this gently because you don't want to have any holes or tears in the foil. If you have tears or holes in the foil, the braising liquid will just leak out and you're going to have a pretty big mess. You actually need all of the braising liquid contained because over time, the braising process will break down the collagen and turn it into gelatin, which makes the ribs really, really good. So I can't stress this enough. You want to do this gently. Now, what you also want to do, or might have to do, is tip the tray so you can distribute the braising liquid to the other side. Place your ribs in a preheated oven at 250 degrees, and they're going to go for 2.5 hours. While the ribs are braising, it's a perfect time to make some coleslaw, which is always great with ribs. Start by making the coleslaw dressing by adding a cup of mayonnaise to a bowl. Add a 1/4 cup of sugar, 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and about a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Whisk to combine all the ingredients really well. Your dressing should look like this when you're done. In a separate large bowl, add some coleslaw mix. Pour in only half the dressing so you have some in case you want to make more coleslaw. Toss gently with tongs, and you got to do this for a long time to really get everything coated. Give it a taste to see if you're happy with the result. You can always add more things to it. I felt that it was missing some heat, so I diced up a couple jalapenos and added it in there. Don't forget to toss with your tongs so every bite will have a little bit of that heat. After 2.5 hours, your ribs should be ready. Pull them out of the oven and be careful, they will be hot. Oh my gosh, they smell amazing! Now it's time to take the braising liquid and make a sauce. I placed the rack of ribs over a saucepan and cut a hole in the middle so all the braising liquid will drain out. You might have to maneuver the ribs a little to make sure you get all of the braising liquid out of there. After you've completely drained all of the braising liquid from both racks into a saucepan, turn it on high and let it simmer. Don't forget to stir every once in a while. It's going to smell amazing, I guarantee it. Keep boiling for about 10 to 12 minutes and it'll look like this. And after just a few more minutes, it'll turn a little darker and get to this consistency. This is what you want. And go ahead and remove it from the heat. Now it's time to apply some of the sauce you just made to the ribs. Gently open up the foil to expose the ribs. It's going to be hot still. Using a pastry brush, go ahead and apply some of that sauce you just made onto the ribs. You can see that the sauce thickened up, has a really beautiful color and sheen, and it's going to be great for the ribs. So go ahead and spread some out as you can onto both racks and stick that under a broiler to caramelize the sauce onto the ribs. Only just a few seconds. Unfortunately, I didn't take a video of that step. For our taste testers, I just plated up really simple by adding some of the coleslaw and some ribs in a 2-bone cut. As you can see, it was all really easy to make. Are you ready to see how it tastes? Let's do it. Okay, ladies, what do you all think of what's in front of you today?
I mean, I think it looks amazing. I'm excited to test it.
It smells really good. That's what I noticed when I walked through the door.
Me too, and it looks like it's homemade, so I'm excited to try it.
Fantastic. Well, it definitely is homemade. The recipe is in the first part of the video, and now we're doing the taste testing. So, because it's ribs, I know it can get kind of messy, so I gave you all forks and knives and napkins. So go ahead and dig in. You have braised baby back ribs and coleslaw.
Why do I feel that any self-respecting Southerner wouldn't be using
I know,
a
right?
knife and fork?
Wow, the braised sauce, oh my gosh, that really did turn out well.
It's really tender.
Oh,
I like
wow.
that.
The flavor is really yummy. It's got like a tang to it. I actually like that better than barbecue sauce.
Oh, me too. It's more honey like that.
Yeah.
It's more sticky.
Yeah.
Feels really good.
So flavor is good. How about the texture?
Yeah, I like that it's easy to cut through.
I think the texture is perfect. I definitely think that it's like, look, it's falling off the bone. I don't even really need a knife.
The temperature is great. It's fully cooked, but it's really moist. It's juicy. You can taste like what it's supposed to be, ribs. It's really good.
So I don't know if you all eat ribs normally, but if you've had ribs before, how have you had them before, and how does this compare to the ribs you've had before?
So I eat ribs often and typically smoke them. I think that this is a great option for an alternative. I'm particular about my ribs. And,
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
I'm really particular about like the smoke ring and making sure that the flavor is really right and that the meat is really soft. And this meets all of those. I was actually honestly preparing myself to you maybe not like it as much.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Awesome.
So I'm impressed.
Wow.
Very
Okay.
impressed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, going to a restaurant, it's hit or miss. Sometimes the ribs are very tough and it's hard to chew. And it's very expensive. But this is great. I like how tender it is. There's a lot of flavor, but having the coleslaw makes the flavor, like, it brings out the flavor in a way that it's not as overwhelming.
Oh, okay.
Good
All right.
compliment. I am exact opposite of Krista. I don't really like smoked ribs.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I find them to be a little on the drier side, and
Okay.
the flavor is overpowering for me.
Mm-hmm.
So reminds me more of the ribs that I had growing up, especially the sauce. You could tell it's homemade. I would imagine it's maybe the base ketchup, brown sugar, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of mustard. Like this feels like I think some is really homemade, and yet it's elevated. So
I would agree.
it's so juicy.
Yes, very tender.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so you got a couple of the ingredients correct.
Okay.
Brown sugar is definitely in there. Apple cider vinegar is definitely in there. But ketchup is not in there, and mustard is
No?
not in there.
Not surprising, right?
So yeah, you can definitely watch the video to see the full recipe. So obviously we're going to have it in the description below as well. But okay, so if you were at someone's house, not just mine, but if someone served this to you, and you had to critique to yourself, would you be happy if someone served this to you at a dinner party at someone's house?
Absolutely. I would go back for seconds.
And how about if you went to a restaurant and you ordered ribs and this came out to you? Would you think it's restaurant quality? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Oh wow! Okay, fantastic, fantastic. And being June of 2025, prices can be all crazy. If you were at a restaurant and you were served this, how much would you expect to pay for something like this at a restaurant?
Well, it depends on how many ribs it comes
Yeah.
with. So
This is just a taster.
Yeah,
right?
you just plated 2. So are we talking a price for this plate or a half rack of 6 ribs?
Okay. Okay.
She's like
wow.
a
Okay.
Or a full rack, because I'm a full rack kind of gal.
Tiffany, I'm so glad you are one of the taste testers. That's actually a great question. So yes, if you go to a restaurant, you're probably going to order a half rack or a full rack. Let's just say it was a half rack with the side of coleslaw. How much would you pay for something like that? I know we're only going to give you 2 bones here just for a taste test, but we've got plenty more that we will consume together after the video. But let's go half rack of ribs and coleslaw.
You go first, since you seem to know what you're talking about.
Okay, so half rack for restaurant, probably between $40 $45.
Oh, okay.
That's what I would say is a target market price.
Okay, fantastic. Taria, what about you?
I agree. I've seen anywhere starting at $30 too, but I've seen it go up to $50. So
Okay.
anywhere from 30 to 50.
Okay, fantastic. And Krista?
Yeah, I would agree. I think that it's probably around the 45-50 range for the quality that it is.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so just what you have in front of you, if you were to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being really, really good, 1 being incredibly horrible, how would you rate this particular dish? Chari, we'll start with you first.
I would give it a 9. I didn't give it a 10 just because I don't like salty food, but
Okay.
I did like the way the coleslaw complemented it. If it was my husband, he'd probably give it a 10 because he likes saltier food. But I
Fair.
like things to be a little less salty.
Fantastic, fantastic. Tiffany, what about you?
Yeah, I would say for ribs, maybe 9.2.
Okay.
Because they're prepared so well. And they're also a bit unique, right? Like
Yeah.
you were saying, the sauce is different.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
better than regular barbecue.
yeah.
Fantastic. And Krista, what about you?
I'm going to go with a 9 as well. I love it, but I also am partial to the smoked rib.
I know. If you don't have a smoker at home, if you don't have a barbecue at home, this is a great alternative.
Absolutely.
It's definitely not smoke. It's not trying to be, but I'm so glad that you all gave it great scores. So if I hosted something else, would you all want to participate again?
Of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, there you have it. We got super honest opinions as to how it tastes. Do you think you can do this at home? I think you can. And if you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up, consider subscribing to our channel. And if you'd like to see more of Krista, Tiffany, or Charya, please comment below and we'll have them back on another episode. Okay, we'll see you again.